just like go out and like put a question to Mother Nature.
Nature, is this guy a fuckwit? Yes, Nathan! He's really stupid!
And so, yeah, I'm really sad that only 84% of people can
72.4% of statistics are made up on the spot. Dick Reeves.
say with certainty that they've always believed the world is a globe. And that...
Hold on a second. Nature, can you hear me? Yes, Nathan. What percentage of wanker is this guy? He's about 94.7% wanker. Thank you, Nature.
And we're off. Welcome to the show. If you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. We have an open panel today. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. I'm sure there's plenty in Discord, starting off with the beautiful Betty Van Velsen. Betty.
Yes, I'm here.
I didn't ask you whether you were here or not.
Oh, well, what did you ask?
I said...
Is it going to be trouble?
Yeah, I just got this feeling. You know why?
No.
Adam's here.
Oh.
You know what? I'm feeling exceptionally drained of opinion this evening.
Really?
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Drained of opinion.
Drained. That was pretty good, Adam. Drained of opinion.
I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of
go down the drain. That's for sure.
It will quickly go down the drain. Yes.
Where my opinion should be. Yeah.
All right.
So I gave you just a lot of time to start the show in time, right?
You did.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention too much.
You're right.
Oh, kudos to you because you did it.
I did it quick too.
Hold on, man. Wow.
It's like I've done this once or twice.
Huh. How many shows do you think you have
That's
now?
a good darn question. Remember there was a spot that we could see how many shows there were?
But I don't know if they changed it up again because you couldn't see it anymore at some point.
Yeah.
And the last time that I did look at it, it was 300, but that's about like 3/4 of a year back, I think.
So where did we find it?
On your channel. So when you put in let me see.
551.
Where'd you get that, Adam?
There's Quantum Eraser at Quantum Eraser, 5.21 thousand subscribers, 551 videos.
500 what?
551.
551. Wow, what a waste.
What a waste? What do you mean, what a waste?
That's a good one.
551 video. That's not too shabby. How many does Nathan have?
So much more.
Got 2004 beds, and then I don't know what shorts and other bits, and probably about 2, 3, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, he's had a channel for a lot longer, Betty.
Yeah, but he does shows every day.
True. Yeah.
And he cuts them up in portions, and he makes evening and other channels from it, evening channels and whatever. something like that.
Yeah, I got it. 551, Adam. I got you. It's on. I know where to find it.
Well, shout out to Nathan. He's ace.
Shout out, retracted.
Why?
I just thought I'd say it because I haven't heard it in a while.
Aha! And it didn't always involve Nathan, huh? The shout out.
Oh,
Retract.
wholly wrong. It says Nathan, 1980 channel, 25,000 subscribers, 5.2 thousand videos.
5 point.
5.2 thousand. Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
But then he does double bubble, doesn't he? He'll do an after show and then that'll be separate listed to.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but it usually goes to his other channel, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So that doesn't count.
He's still double dipping.
Yeah, but he's a YouTuber, right? You know that.
So am I.
No, you're like more like the part-timer.
I got a YouTube channel, love. I'm
Yeah,
live
but
right
you're
now.
part-time. He's doing this for a daytime living.
That still doesn't recuse me
You
of
will
being a
live on your
YouTuber.
pension, mister.
That still don't you rumpus me. That still doesn't excuse or recuse me of being a YouTuber.
I think that he's more the YouTuber than you are.
I think you're either a YouTuber or you're not. There isn't any frigging levels.
Yes, there are.
That's the ones you arbitrarily assign to it. You lose.
Oh my god.
We're talking Delta X.
Yeah, Delta. No, it's Delta X.
Delta.
Oh God.
There he
That's
is.
it,
Metal
I'm outta
Mickey
here.
back.
Let's see if he has a good mic on. Maybe we'll talk some more.
Just call me Mr. Roboto.
That sounded good.
Okay.
Give him 5 minutes.
Until I got a good point to make.
Until
and then
right
all of a
now.
sudden, robot.
Till right now.
Right.
The second
See?
sentence, robots.
Yeah. Either you need a better car with reception or stay at home. Or take the Wi-Fi sort of mast with you.
He'd rather come and disrupt my show.
I don't think that he does it on purpose. He really wants to participate, but
I know that.
Tell him, Betty. Tell him.
yeah, you do want to participate, but then things fail on you because America is a numpty with internet.
Because America.
Agreed.
Because wait a second. America is a numpty with internet. What?
Yeah. We got fiberglass wires, and the connection is like fabulous.
What are you on about?
That my connection in Dutchland is fabulous. Hardly gives you any problems. And you guys can't even connect.
You guys, there you go. That's a stereotype fallacy.
I know, but I'm the queen of fallacy.
Yes, you are. And you're racist.
Since when?
You are.
How do you know?
Because you used to tell me that you're purebred and we're all mongrels.
No, well, that's true. It's facts. How can you be racist when it's facts?
I don't think you're purebred.
My pedigree for my
Maybe
dad's side
inbred.
is going back to 1700s.
Somebody said inbred.
That was me.
That was me.
Oh, good God. American. No,
We are all inbred, so
see?
Yeah. See, what do you mean? See?
Adam and Eve were the first, and we all come from Adam and Eve.
That's true.
Except
we're-
for the weird people that came from Adam and Steve.
So we're all brothers and so we're brothers and sisters.
I wish. Again?
That is correct.
So we're brothers and sisters.
Yes. So you should be
More
kinder
like
to us.
cousins.
So you should be kinder to us. That means though all those numpty baltards are like blood relatives.
Yeah,
Yes.
related to you, man. Related.
Oh God.
Yeah, those are the paint chip eaters.
Oh no.
No secession possible. Can't put them on an island and drift them off.
Ugh. Gives new meaning to extended family members.
Extended?
Yeah, they're really extended, quite extended,
I would
beyond
call them
extension.
expendables.
That's kind of depressing. I was had it going today, and that one.
Oh, you're going into big depression now?
Nah, it's just a wake up call.
Yep. Well, you have one living at home.
My wife.
Yes, she doesn't believe.
You're okay. Believe. What does that have anything to do with? You're saying that she's my sister?
But she's a baller, so that's what you were referring to. All the ballers are related.
Yeah, I can put up with that baller, but are you saying she's?
Now you're muddying the waters again.
Are you saying? Let's get back to the more important point, not the baller part, but the sister point. Are you saying I married my sister?
Call her Sarah.
That's a little bit twisted.
Some people don't even know. There is a guy here that sort of gave out his you know what to make babies. And he was so
Is
good at
baby
it.
better?
Yeah, and and I think he had over 100 like offspring already, maybe more. So in every next town, there could be someone that is literally your half sister or half brother.
That made total coherent sense. Way to connect all that. Thanks.
It does make sense because speaking about inbred and stuff, it's going to be bad because you don't know whether you fall in love with someone in the next city and that might be your half brother sister.
Yeah, but not mine. It's those.
No, luckily you've been left alone.
I'm telling you, they are not making any sense.
Yeah, you have no comprehension cells left, I think, in your brain.
You are an overclocking, chicken chucking mother clucker.
Yeah, sure. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because he wanted to get his wings back from you. Because you ate like 65,000.
That's an arbitrary number.
I know.
Reason why we're doing this, folks, is because
Probably a low ballpark.
reason why we're doing this, folks, is because Betty lacks substance.
And education, probably.
Oh, and education. Look at you.
Now, Betty, you're precious.
Oh, thanks. Actually, I needed to hear that because sometimes in these shows you think really that you're worthless.
Maybe that's why I'm here.
Thanks, sister. I need a sister in crime here.
You got it.
So she's your sister. She's American, but she is a mongrel, and you're purebred.
Yep.
I'm gonna put a vice in between you two guys right now.
It won't work.
It won't work.
Now, is it just American men, or is it just Americans, period, Betty, that you called mongrels?
Basically, everybody is some because many people are being born out of wedlock.
Yeah, I can't trace my family. My dad was adopted, so I don't know.
What does wedlock have to do with it to begin with? Because in wedlock, I was asking that rhetorically because I was getting ready to jackhammer you. Because that's nonsense. Because you could be in wedlock, but marry another person of another nationality, right? And you'd be a mongrel then, Betty. So you're not making any darn sense.
Well, because I said maybe the word mongrel might have been wanting to call bastard, maybe.
Not a bastard. No, you're off the reservation.
See, there
I
you
was
go.
going to say bastard.
In an Indian institution.
He is American. He's 100% Sicilian.
Yeah, Betty, what happens then? Let's say you could trace your ancestry back to all Italians like Neil, but then they move, they run on over to America. He's classified as a quote unquote American, but he's still his parents, grandparents, great, all the way down the line are all Sicilian. Is he a mongrel?
According to the American place, yes.
According to the American place.
Yeah, because he doesn't belong there. He needs to be in his own country. Then.
That doesn't.
And he's an alien, not a mongrel.
Yeah. You're busted now, Betty. We're going down to the tooth and nail right now. You're finished.
Mongrels
He lives in
are
his own country.
You guys are not purebred Americans.
See, there she goes again with her baseless, flailing, baseless assertion, ambiguous fallacy again.
mongrel is how you would describe the British, British compared to like the Irish. So the Irish have got pretty pure heritage. The British, in terms of the mainland, complete mongrels. Yeah. Not only have you got the different sects, you've then got the invasion after invasion. Vikings, Anglo-Saxons, Norse, yeah, then interbreed. So on the mainland, there's not really other than maybe the Welsh. Everybody's a mongrel in terms of their genetics. Whereas in Ireland, they're much purer lineage.
So my mother's side of the family can be traced back to Birmingham's. They come from Birmingham. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Nice.
What about your father's family?
Yeah, he was adopted. I don't know his adoptive family or his biological family.
Okay.
He died when I was 2 years old, so I don't know anybody.
What did he look like, Flatsy? Do you give me any specifics?
He looks like me. I look like him a lot.
But I mean, what kind of hair did he have? Did he have freckles?
dark brown hair, like I do.
Was the hair curly, or was he tall or short, or what mannerisms did he have? I know he died when you were young. But
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just vaguely remember him when I was like really young.
So Betty.
Okay, no worries.
So Betty, you're kind of your point is not only moot, it's crushed.
Oh, come on. You know what I'm on it at.
You know what I'm on it at.
Yeah, I'm not going to defend myself. You know why I called you a mongrel.
I'm not going to defend myself.
And it's going to stick to you. That's it. I'm sticking to it.
And it sort of stick to you, you mongrel.
Yeah, like an Alabama tick.
Hey.
Like
Hey. I like ELO too, Nathan.
What?
He said Nathan said ELO. So I like ELO too.
Hello. Like hello. Sort of a French hello without the H.
Flatty, Nathan is from Birmingham originally.
It might be
Nice.
related.
You could be related. He's your brother.
He is my brother, you know. So
I think that England is the most inbred.
But I don't know if they came from Birmingham. I think that that would be the reason why their last name is Birmingham.
But the surname is Birmingham.
What were you saying,
Very
Betty?
likely they were.
Yeah, last name.
Shut up, Brian. What were you saying, Betty?
Okay?
What did you say?
What did I say? Why?
5 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds ago.
I said England is the most inbred country in the world.
Shout out to Adam.
I think that's what I just said.
Yes. He just mentioned that. Yes.
No.
Every
No. You
person
said that.
is like-
No, he didn't. You said that England was mongrels. Now, there's a difference between mongrels and inbreds.
Yeah.
Oh, inbred. Wow.
What do you mean? Oh, inbred. You heard what she
can't-
said.
Yeah, you can't have the two. You can't say you've got an influx of different genetics and then claim inbred at the same time, can you?
Yeah, that was my point against you. Yes, good. Well, thanks for clarifying.
Genetic data reveals rates of extreme inbreeding in the UK population. Roughly 1 in every 3,650 people or so people in the UK could have been born of extreme incest, a variety that involves parents that are first or second or degree relatives, according to a new study published in the journal Nature.
Not only incest, but severe.
Severe. Is that like severe?
Yeah.
7/6 of a incestal rate.
Look, I love the way Brian is laughing. That's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, look, whilst I said the Irish were genetically pure, if we want to go to inbreeding,
listen, don't go there. My God. There's a few, I tell you, there's a few mongoloids around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, thousands of people in the UK are likely to be the result of extreme inbreeding between close relatives, as studies has suggested. As an analysis has been stored in the UK Biobank, which stores hundreds and thousands of volunteers' genetic material, found a fraction of those sequenced was conceived by parents who are either first or second degree relatives.
Yeah, but now we're going to be running in the Southern Asian population, where I would suggest those statistics are elevated by their effect, which is not of natural British descent. It's mass immigration. You'll see massive inbreeding in certain parts of the Muslim population. Yes, you will.
No. That would mean that.
Yeah, you will.
No. You're not gonna get out.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah. It's a major problem for passport fraud.
Yeah, sure.
You like how he did that? You like how he did that, Betty?
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Adam, I think Betty's
defend themselves so much. It's cute.
Go ahead, Brian.
the time has passed. It's over.
Huh?
The time for the joke passed. It's over. The joke wouldn't have the same.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Yeah, there's no point. Like,
oh bollocks! Ridicule me anyway. Go on.
well, I was going to joke that Betty's claiming that you have infinite over 6R inbreeding going on in Britain.
Yeah. How far can you trace your relatives back, Betty?
Well, just one branch is to the 1700s.
1700s, just one branch. You don't know that you're purebred then. When did the Dutch start their existence?
Well, I have no idea.
Yeah. See, this is pure speculation on your part. It's nonsensical. I mean, the higher than thou attitude that you have towards mongrels is misplaced.
See, there you go. It always upset you, and now it all that bitterness comes bubbling up, doesn't it?
Nah, I didn't have any.
Yeah, now you find yourself in a place that you think, oh, now I can get her. I've waited too long under this stone, and now.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about this for about 5 years, and I said today is the day I hatch my plan.
Yes, hatch. You come out of an egg like a chicken chucker.
In fairness, Kiwi, Holland is about the size of New York. So
Steady?
There had to be some inbreeding go on there.
No, but not with the massive influx of immigrants nowadays. Although, I don't think we mix well.
The reason I brought it up is because we lack substance today, so I wanted to go off on that for a while.
Yeah, see what kind of substance I got. Huh?
Yeah, and we found out.
Yeah, I found. No, well, did you not hear me say about the inbreeding of the English?
Yeah, you still see now your red herring fallacy away from the inbreeding.
And the thing is that if that in England, because it's an island, that you're bound to bump into some family members, right? But America is like huge, so every country has like people going to America, so that's a mingled people. So hence mongrels.
It can all be traced back to Eden.
Oh,
Or
here we
near
go.
Eden.
Here we go. Full circle. Back to this again.
Or
See how
the
he
mountains of
did that?
Ararat.
See how he did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I color commentary about
I mean,
how
you're
we're going
so much
around in
related.
circle and you rumpusing me.
So you're so much related to Adam, right? You could have been living next to him.
What?
You're so much related to Adam in the sense Adam of Adam and Eve.
Oh. Thought
That
you
you
meant
could be
Adam.
related to him.
I thought you meant Adam on the panel.
Yeah. Just as sinful, right? We all are.
What does
Speak
that?
for yourself.
Yeah. Speak. Yeah.
No, you are too.
Yeah. Good one, Nathan. Nathan said, "I'm sure Betty has 12 toes like all of us."
Oh, Nathan, we know each other, right? We 6-fingered and 12-toed.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, the giants, the
Oh
people
no.
of renown.
Oh
Whatever
no.
that means.
But
Here's a mongrel, what Betty would say, and the first example I could think of is popped in chat. Owen is of mongrel descent, yeah? He's a mixture of very different breeds. Yeah? Is it Malaysian? And then he's got his Dutch side. So there's your first good example, and it's Dutch, Betty.
Chinese. He's part
See, Adam,
Chinese.
No, he's
just
not. He's not. Owen, what's your dad's side? Is it Malaysian or
Malaysian. No.
somewhere like that? Southern.
Shout out to the giant race. Thanks, Arwen. We are kind of a giant race here in Holland because we are very tall.
oh,
Owen
brother.
isn't.
Let's see the stats.
The stats of what?
How tall Dutchlanders
They
are.
are. They're the
Well,
tallest people in Europe. Honestly, I live there. It's very common to see people several inches above 6 foot.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys now, when I was walking around, like their eye level was way above mine. Like,
I've heard.
Brian's a leprechaun, so it's not unusual there. Even though Brian looks about 8 foot.
Arwen's dad is Chinese, German, and Indonesian and Dutch. He's a mongrel.
Yeah. That's what I'm
So
saying.
Sorry.
No, go on first.
If I went to Holland, they would all look at me like I'm a little kid because I'm 5 foot tall.
Well, you could be a troll.
They would look at me like a troll. They would.
Don't go under bridges.
Jeez. Really?
People look at me funny for being short around here, and it's not even that weird.
Hmm.
So
Even
how
your dad
tall?
was
So Betty, hold on.
Mhm.
So you're 5 foot.
Me?
Yeah, even. 5
Yeah.
foot even.
How tall are you, Betty?
I have no idea. Like I'm 180 centimeters.
So divide that by 2.54, and that's how many inches she is. So 180. Quick,
It's
quick.
Five,
One-
5'10".
180.
I'm not doing any math. That's not.
That's
I think.
that's Adam. Adam, 180 divided by 2.54.
5 foot, 5.9 feet. So it's 0.9. It's going to be 5'11". 5'8" and a bit.
5'9".
Oh, 5'10". 5. Is it 5 foot? No, he's giving it as a decimal. So
Yes, but I say
70.86 inches.
0.95. Let's just do that.
It's almost 5'11".
5'11". Yeah.
that'd be about right. She's about the same height as me.
5
Betty is.
on 8.
Okay. What did
Why
you
don't
say,
we just go-
Brian?
I said I'm just slightly over 5'11". I'd be almost 6 foot. So you're about the same height as me.
Okay. Yeah.
Go on, Reddy. I'd say something, Hattie.
And then you have to say that I'm a woman. Usually women are like less tall. But it's not
Lots
always
women are.
it's not always good to be a tall woman because men like tiny women. So there you go, Flatsy.
It depends on what they look like. I mean, I like girls who are short, but I like all girls. I mean, when I was at Holland, there was a lot of
Yeah,
tall
but
girls
if
and it was
they
very
sort of
attractive.
look down on you, you won't like it much.
Well,
Oh, no.
depends.
When I was going through my Amazonian phase,
Did you have a Too funny. Okay.
Hey, yeah, I went up to this nurse. There was this nurse in our local doctor's, and she had to measure my height for some reason. I can't remember what it was for. But she was crazy. She was a bit crazy, and she was a real man hater. My father didn't go on with her at all. She eventually got sacked, the girl did, because she was crazy. But she measured my height at 5 foot, underneath 5'8", and I'm kind of going, I know I'm not 5'8". Do you know what I mean? But she measured me at 5'8" because in her crazy world, that's what I was.
Busted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you're almost a foot taller than Flatsy. You would tower over her.
Yeah. Mhm.
You could take out your knees, though.
Yeah. Well, she would win in every occasion because, yeah, when you're tall, you're not that flexible. You're not that speedy, right?
Speedy.
Yeah.
I am very flexible. I thought that was weird because I am so short, but if it's more common with shorter people, that explains it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was very tall also as a kid, and they would always sort of get my age wrong because they thought I was older, right? But when you're sort of growing up, your motorisms and stuff that they needs to sort of develop. But if you're like very tall, it looks weird, right? So they would say, okay, that's the dumb kid because
So
they
you were
age
sort
you
of
the wrong way.
what you're saying. You were sort of clumsy.
They might call it clumsy, but it's just the way I was.
Clumsy.
Instead of being small, right? Yeah.
So instead of being short and what would be a good word?
Agile.
Agile. You were tall and clumsy.
Yeah. I would certainly have that appearance, yes.
Were you clumsy?
Not really, but I had that appearance.
You need to say graceful, Betty. Tall and graceful.
Tall and graceful. Nathan said flexible. Hey,
Flexible.
Nathan said flexible, you say. Have her washed and brought to my room.
I have nothing to say to that.
You
the
can
next
say it
comment,
anytime,
better.
Paul.
He's only joking, Flatsy. Don't bother washing.
Whoa, dude. All right, let's clean her up. So what do we got on? So let's clean her up. That no pun intended. What's on the docket?
Who's the radio, Harry?
What the heck? Am I getting rumpus by Brian?
Let's do this one. Kiwi, how tall are you?
I used to be 5'10".
Yeah, your dreams.
No, I was 5'10".
Yeah, now he's 6'1".
That's what we had some serious measurements back in the day, girl.
Yeah. Your dreams.
So they had to get your height. In fact, they used to do it every time we take a PT test. You'd have to get your height and weight. So they would literally not go.
See if you like wore away.
Yeah, they would do it every single. I'm sitting there, dude. You've been doing this for what, 10 years now? Don't you think you got my height down? I can understand weight, but I'm thinking the height is. You don't have to do this every time.
No, they think that you wear and tear.
No, you do. I understand it.
Yeah, but not,
let me give you.
Yeah, but not in the extremes, Brian. We're talking 25 years. Well, you're talking 20 years to 35 years, essentially. Old.
Yeah, but that's not the reason. It's because you're going through so much physical activity. You have to be careful about the future of your bone structure and that, and your hydration levels. A lad I was in school with, he was really tall. He was 6'8", and he became a pro footballer. He went to play with one of the pro teams in Britain. When he came back after being training in Britain for a couple of years, he was 6'3".
What?
Yeah, he lost several inches of height because of all the training, all the running. He compressed.
A backache then now.
I don't know what happened. I spoke to him a long time, but even his brother will
He
confirm
might
it.
have shrunk more.
Yeah, well, he was 6'8", 100% 6'8". He was a head over the top of me, and now I'd be looking not eye to eye with him, but I wouldn't be looking up at him. I'd be looking at a slight angle to him.
Someone in the chat says you get shorter with gravity.
Most of the time, you could just replace whatever people use gravity for with entropy.
Yeah, well, I like the word gravity in this context.
Yeah.
Too funny. So did you wear and tear then, QE?
No, I stayed at pretty much the same height until after I got out of the military. Then I started to
Oh,
shrink a
maybe
little
you
bit.
were hanging from the ceiling as like a bat sleeping.
Huh?
Hanging like from the ceiling like a bat, he said.
There's a bat from the ceiling.
From the chandelier.
You wish.
You won't go down that road.
I used to do that as a trick.
You do that as a trick, Brian? Really?
I used to when I used to work in construction. I used to, because when the houses would be 3/4 way finished, they'd have a roof on them. So they'd have, let's say, wooden joists going across, separating the down floor from the upstairs, the first floor from the upstairs, and then you'd have beams for the roof. And I used to go up for a laugh and just hang by my feet from the beams.
Wow.
And close my arms like a vampire for the laugh. For my friends for the laugh.
Was that during
puberty?
Yeah, when I was pretty fit and strong at the time. I could do it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know this, but guys tend to keep growing even after their 12 years of high school. My husband got taller.
Show,
What's that?
it's a family show.
No swearing.
He got taller after he graduated high school. So.
Not me. I was full grown at 16.
I've believed that noses and ears keep on growing.
Well, he went straight into the military right after high school. So not only did he get taller, but they bulked him up big time.
I went to school with a lad. Sorry.
No, go on. Go on.
I was just going to say, I went to school with a lad, and in school, I was several inches taller than him. When I left school, about 15, around that age, close to 15, I didn't see him for a couple of years. And the next time I saw him, he was 6'8", almost 6'9", and he still is. So you never know. I mean, and I think that kind of happened to him after, even a year or two after I had left school. He didn't start growing till then.
Bet he said steroids.
He just, I don't know what steroids are supposed to make it go out the way, not up the way.
Not up the way.
Well, I know that I, as a kid, was usually the tallest one there, also of the boys. And I think it was later on in my 18th and stuff that the guys started growing and then finally went to be taller than them. But not all of them, right? And that's not, yeah, I've seen that most men like small, well, tiny women.
Now we're back to this topic again.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. I've been on vacation one time, and I was in on the Isle of Kos in Greece, and I was sitting at a table, and I was watching all these people pass by, and well, really, like 19 out of 20 was really men having been taller than the women. and that's because
Men are taller than women.
Yeah.
not in my case. I can look down on many men.
But not many women can do that. And therefore,
I
when
know.
a man and a
I
woman
might be
couple,
the
the
outlier.
likelihood is,
Yeah.
in most cases, that
Yeah,
a
but
man will be
still,
taller.
in any length that a guy has, they always have smaller women, tinier women.
Oh, brother.
Yeah,
You
it's
need
true.
to move to Africa, Betty, to what's the name of that tribe in the
The Maasai.
the Maasai? Yeah, the average man is 6'5". So that's where you
Yeah,
need
but
to
I
go.
don't like the jumpiness.
Well, you won't have to do that. You're
I know,
only
yeah, but
only the
he
men
does.
have to do that.
He does. It's not a good match. No. Mm-mm.
Funny, you already knew what the place he was talking about. That's
Yeah,
kinda funny.
exactly.
Again?
I said, funny, you already knew the place he was talking about, right down to the name and how to pronounce it correctly.
Because I have like a broad knowledge of things, John. Don't accuse me of that.
Or you're just a broad.
Yeah, you're the chick.
He swiped left on a couple of guys on Tinder that were from there.
Where?
Adam's saying you swipe left on a couple of guys from who are from there on Tinder.
On Tinder, you swipe the left.
I swiped to the left?
Yeah, that must mean something.
I have no idea.
Probably
It's
you were
like.
Go ahead.
Isn't it
Explain.
like for left, like for right, and then I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, explain that to us, Adam. What does that Tinder do?
I was implying that you've been on a dating app
Yeah?
to have acquired that information. You're obviously in there. You can put in parameters. I like
Obviously,
tall
I'm not. I don't even know how it works.
Now, you're
Clearly
just
not.
saying that you're diverting away.
No, I'm
But
not.
I suggest a dating app where you put in tall men.
Again? Because you're rumpusing me.
But I suggest a dating app where you put in tall men as a parameter. No Danny DeVito's.
Yeah, so what's up with him? He probably has a smaller wife than he has. He is.
I bet he doesn't. Let's have a look.
The best one is Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. He's 7'2", I think, and his wife is 5 foot or 4'9" or something.
Yeah, she can never wear heels.
And she walks funny.
Better not be talking about my height.
5 foot.
What's your height, Neil?
I'm 5'6", but if I wasn't bow-legged, I'd be 5'8".
You would be a nice match for Flatzy.
My husband is 5'9".
See, there you go.
Hey, listen, I lose 2 inches in height on the curve in my legs. If my mother would have put on braces when I was a baby, I would be 5'8", 5'9".
You still blame her, huh?
Well, when you're in a supermarket and you can't reach something, you got to ask a lady to reach it for you. It's a little embarrassing.
Hey, Neil, I would, if you stand next to me, I would make you feel better.
I would be happy to do it for you, Neil.
Yeah, give him a boost.
Here you go, little guy.
Listen, Betty, you tall Dutch woman.
Sorry, Neil, I had to make that joke. Listen, I have been, because of my length, also been like in bad situations and stuff, and people scolding at me and that sort of stuff.
Easy now.
Yeah, but it is true. I mean, look at that stupid woman, right? And then there was just a little child, basically.
Nathan, Betty is 5'11".
And they used to make fun of her because she was so tall. But little did you know that down the road, being tall and female was going to be beneficial.
Oh. How?
Yes.
Because she can give smaller people boosts.
I can pick up stuff for other people. I can stand in the back with photographs taken because you're too tall. You never can be in the front of something, right? My trousers are always too short. I can never make them longer, right? That sort of stuff. There's never good clothing to wear because it's all made for smaller people. And when they do have something, it's so plain that you think, okay, that's something that I can wear. I can easily better go to the men's department than my own. So that's that sort of stuff. People don't understand that also has a slew of like disabilities. How do you say that?
Women don't half moan, as if being tall's an exclusive problem to women.
Yeah, no, for me, it's yes. I did a test.
Not even that tall. You're only 5'11".
I did a test back in the day just to sort of see what kind of length I would get. Luckily, it was like that length that it's now, and they were pretty spot on, to be honest. But I had another person in my classroom, and she was even taller than me. And yes, people treat you different. It's just that way.
Well, like Neil, you mean? They'll ask you to get things off high shelves for them.
Yeah, I stand in the back when the photograph is taken, or sit in the back of the classroom.
Well, that's the same for boys.
They can see over you, right?
It would make no sense having the tall people at the front, would it?
But I was little too, right? Other little
You
people.
weren't. You're taller than the kid that was in front of you.
Close to the teacher, right? Little slunkly, nice in front of, and all these people were like adored. And you like tall, slim one, go sit at the back, right? It's not adorable.
Well, Betty, there was a lady when I was young. I was only young now at the time. A girl in my town, and she was 6'4" or 6'5", a brown-haired girl, and a really, really good-looking, really well-formed. She just had really good genetics. I think her surname started with a C, like Callahan or something. But she was a model, whatever else, but she was really tall. So even though she looked really good, I think she ended up going out with a guy who was 6'8" or something, some really big guy. But she looked really good, even though she was really tall. Now I was only young, so I was only a kid, like, but just I don't know if that helps that. But
yeah, but even she found a guy that was even tall, right?
Hey, Adam, how tall are you?
6'2".
I figured.
It's been hampering all my life.
John. Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how's it affected your life?
Negatively, mate. Negatively. People, you're in a shop. People pestering you all the time, like little Italians going, "Hey, you pass me the pasta," stuff like that. Just constant. And then me trousers.
Yeah, and you had to sit in the back all the time, right?
Stand at the back for group photos.
Stand.
Yeah.
There you go. I always had to stand because
unlike the little kids who had to kneel, they had to cook, they had to stand on one knee. They were the short ones in the front row.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a story about a really, really big guy?
Well, if you have to.
Not really.
Is it funny?
All right, I'll let it go then.
Just do it, Brian. Just go on.
All right then, okay, I'll do it. CJ twisted my arm. I was in this what in America you know it as a gas station, a petrol station, outside of Dublin. And I went in and I ran into this guy in the aisles, and he was about 6'3", this guy, and a big, strong-looking, kind of a tough-looking fella. And he was kind of being intimidating, if he could be, to people who were in the shop. And I went up to the counter, and I got whatever I wanted, a coffee or whatever I was getting. And I turned around, and the guy who was the big guy was behind me. And I just looked at him, and he looked kind of shocked. He looked like he'd gone pale in the face. And he was kind of sallow skinned, so you could see he was gone a bit pale. I was like, what's wrong with that guy? And I just walked around him, and I walked straight into this big pole. what I thought was a big pole, and I walked around that and went out. I was just watching where I was walking. I think there was something on the ground or something. And I went out of the shop, and I went out, and my father was waiting for me at the car. I was talking to him, and we were both standing out of the car. I was standing out of the car, leaning on the top of the car. And what I thought was a big pole came out of the shop right after this other guy came out, this first kind of reasonably big guy. This guy came out, and he was driving a van, and the top of the van, where he'd be getting into the van, was about 6 foot, same as me. And he was over, and he had his arms folded on top of the van, like I had my arms folded on top of the car. And I'm 6 foot tall. At least 6 foot. I'm 6 foot in my shoes at least, if not 6 foot, a little over. So this guy, and he wasn't like someone with who grew kind of badly. He was natural. It was obvious. I bet all his family. He was like, I could see that he looked to be like a farmer from down the country away from Dublin. And I knew from a flag or something he had in his thing. And the way he was dressed in an overalls, like a mechanic's overalls. So, and it was really massive pair of overalls. The guy was absolutely huge. I mean, he could have pushed over this van. It was a monster. And I understood now, I understood then why the guy who was being the kind of tough guy, the big guy, why he was looking shocked. Because obviously he ran into this guy, and this guy was obviously a head and shoulders bigger than him in the shop. And but this guy was huge. His hands were massive. I don't know how to explain it. Like he grabbed it. Like I'd run at him and he'd put his hand on top of my head, and I'd just be swinging at nothing. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or he picked me up by the scruff, and he had little legs dangling underneath. That's how big he was.
Yeah, I told that story. I told that story a while. Oh, remember the kid that in grade school that he used to clock me? Remember the one that's in a different elementary school? Yeah. He's
the one
like,
that kicked your ass.
What? He didn't kick anyone's ass. He didn't kick anyone's ass. He just bubbled my eye a couple times. His first name was Jimmy. I'm trying to get that last name. I just can't remember it, but it was Jimmy. Just wanted to let you know, Betty. I'm getting closer.
To Jimmy?
Yeah, that's son of a bitch, man.
You want to still clock him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I want another shot at her.
God. Yeah, yes.
Oh, maybe dream about it. How about that?
Oh, that is too funny. I told Betty what had happened. Shut up, Twitwit. What is Twitwit doing? Twitwit, is this really a true open panel? I'd like to come on and sing a Christmas carol. Go ahead. The link is down there in the description. You come on and you can sing. That's fine.
Yes, alongside with Flatchies. He's a good singer. Can even bring the guitar out.
That's the point. Take it we're not having a QE live on Boxing Day.
When's Boxing Day?
Christmas Day.
Was that Christmas Day is Boxing Day? I didn't know that.
No, Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Boxing Day is Boxing Day. 26th.
What?
You don't have Boxing Day?
I've heard the phrase before, but I never paid close attention to it. So when is it? Is it Christmas Day or day before or day after?
26th.
Stop. It's the 20th. That's my birthday.
Congratulations.
I didn't do anything.
You did.
You made the journey out the tunnel into the white.
Yeah, but unwittingly.
Take a bit of credit.
Why?
Sing the Pogues.
We don't sing for pogues here, Nathan. Why should I take credit on being born? I didn't do anything.
Well, you did because that little swimmer was the first one to get to the egg. So you're a winner.
Well, that's nothing special. So is everyone else.
No, we are special. We're all special, the ones that are the winners. Because we came out right.
Yeah, but we came out right. Yeah, but some of us are mongrels.
Yes, I have to have a distinction, John.
Yeah. So I'm not taking credit for something that I didn't achieve.
Okay, so then we celebrate your mother then.
Put proof in the text chat. I'm small enough that I can sit on my guitar case where the little dip in.
Yeah. And it doesn't
You're
even
as
break.
big,
Hmm.
actually, as Danny DeVito's wife.
Who is?
Actually, it's the same height as Danny DeVito's wife.
What height?
At 5 foot.
So she's
Danny DeVito's 4'10".
4'10".
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but he couldn't
His
find
wife,
anyone
Rhea
so
Perlman, is
small.
5 foot.
So he did his best to at least get a small woman.
One that's bigger than him, so technically not small by his standards.
Guys don't want women to be taller. They don't want them to make more money. That's for sure. And
Oh,
they don't
brother.
Who
want-
wouldn't want your wife to make money? What kind of lunatic?
No, you guys aren't very much impressed if she makes more money than you guys do because you feel like
I am. That means I can retire.
That means I can read. Yeah, I would like that.
you guys feel inadequate.
Hey, what
No,
you talking
not in the
about?
slightest.
Hold
Not
on.
in the slightest.
Hold on a second, Adam. Are you sniffing glue again, buddy?
No, it's usually that house fights are like because she makes more money than he does.
What the hell are you talking about? You're just making shit up.
Still, it's true.
It's not true.
Don't make your voice any higher because you need a.
It's not true. It's abject. You just friggin' conjured it
No.
because you got deeper issues.
You don't issues too. You have them.
I was acquitted of those charges.
No, you're not.
QE, genuinely, if my wife earned more money than me, yeah, I've got no problem with any woman earning more money than me, as long as she's not taller than me.
Yeah, exactly. And Flatsy, what kind of picture? What were you 12?
Oh, don't.
No.
Which one are you? The one with the guitar or the baby?
What do you think? Not rocket surgery.
Is it that so?
Yeah.
It's not
It's so
rocket surgery.
good.
What the hell does this have to be doing with being small?
Just how, I mean, not a lot of people that play guitar can sit on their guitar cases like
You
that.
just didn't have a wide ass.
I thought you was going to say that's actually a ukulele in your hands.
Yeah.
That's one of my bigger guitars. I have a 3/4 guitar that I usually play now that kind of looks more proportional to my height and stuff. So
What you got right? You got twigs for legs.
Flatsy, do you have trouble getting clothes to fit you then? Because you're at the opposite end of a spectrum.
You can always shop in the child section.
how funny.
Question being though, are you adequately
No,
catered
it's
for, or do you have the same gripe as Betty?
I've always been able to look at clothes and know that they fit me. So if I can tell that they don't, or if they do, with just looking at them.
That's not what he
I'm
asked
asking.
you.
I'm asking, do you feel that you have an impaired choice?
I don't wear a lot of clothes. I don't know. No, I
You
guess
don't?
not.
You just walk around naked all the time?
I just walk around.
No, I mean, I don't have a huge selection of clothes. I wear clothes. Oh my gosh.
If you go into the store, do you think there's no point looking there? Half of it's not, most of it's not going to fit me, like what Betty's saying.
I can find clothes that fit me. I've never really had trouble. No.
Like
Okay. When it comes to pants, it's really hard to find pants that if they're not, those skinny jeans, the way that they kind of hug your ankles. If they're not those, then yeah, that's hard because they'll drag the floor or the ground while I'm
Can
walking.
you do us a favour? If you cut the bottoms off and send them to Betty, problem solved.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, and I saw him onto something that doesn't fit also, right?
It will look avant-garde, Betty.
It's easier to cut something off than to put something on, right?
The Jewish man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the circumciser always says.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's even more proof.
Oh, if you don't want my helpful advice, mock it. That's fine.
Well, I know that, Flatsy, you have also problems because if you're small and then some clothings will not fit you as well, right? And then you might have to go to the little kid department for some sort of things, but not
I
always.
know, let's just say this. I know my shoe size in kids. So,
Size
That's
5.
problematic too, because how can you get heels in kids' sizes?
I don't wear heels. If I have to go the dressy route, it's flats.
Hence your name.
Flatsy.
Flatsy. That was good. That was good.
Yeah. So, do we have any substance to the show already?
We've had a bunch of substance so far.
Hey, I think it's important for the fans of the show to get to know the panel members.
To what degree, I would ask.
Just enough.
Just a
Twat.
standard background checks.
Twat, get your ass in here. Do it, Carol. You said you were going to come in here and get in here.
Yeah, and there's 2 women already here.
There's
so-
already 2 women here, so you're good.
Okay, there you go. There's even a Discord link.
I know it was too hard to go into the description and get it.
Yeah. Well, but some people want to be served directly, I suppose.
Yes, we do. God, I love that.
I gotta give like a little snippet about myself. I can ride a hoverboard and play guitar and sing all at once. I'm not clumsy.
Betty is.
Yes, I can't sit on a hoverboard or stand on it, and no, guitar is not for me. I did play the trumpet.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, means you have
Oh,
to
I
have
played
breath.
alto saxophone. Look at us.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my mom did too, and my aunt and my sister, dad also played the bugle, the trumpet.
Your sister, Dad,
My sister and dad,
Bread.
and bread.
Yep. Well, at least we could play the trumpet.
Your sister dad could.
My sister, dad did too. Yeah.
Get in here, twit. Kiwi likes to be
Melodica.
surrounded by. This is what she wrote. Kiwi likes to be surrounded by the women. Yeah, they're called Kiwi cuties.
And then we are represented by cows with
Oh
cowbell.
crap! I haven't. Yeah, I haven't changed the screen. That's.
Oh, you're. I didn't even notice that. Huh.
Let me go find the Kiwi cuties.
Was
I'll show you.
Self-absorbed.
I'll go find them.
evolved.
Twit. 1 second. While Betty rumpuses the shit out of me.
Yeah. Usually I look at those things with the how it looks on the watch page.
Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Let me just put cuties in there. I brought it up that one day.
Yeah.
How did I
Maybe
find
put
it so fast?
Cowbell, maybe. Or angels.
Oh yeah, it was Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Charlie's Angels, it was QE's Angels.
Yeah. The cowbell angels.
Well, pull it up, you sorry. There you go. All right. You ready, Twit? There they are.
There they are.
Which one are you, Betty? Oh, you're the taller one. This one.
Yeah. Come on, man. Huh? Yeah. See, I stood at the back.
Too funny. All right,
I
let's
think
get
these are
some.
sort of Swiss cows.
Swish.
Swiss cows. Swiss. Switzerland cows.
How you know they're from Switzerland? You
Yeah,
racist?
because the colors, right? We have the black and white and the brown and whites. Usually these are the Milka cows, we call them.
What do you call them?
Milka cows.
Milka cow. All right.
Yeah, they're from the Milka, the chocolates, the chocolate bars and stuff.
I don't know them. Milka. I know what milk means.
Milka is a really big brand here.
Is it?
Yeah, in Europe, I think. Yeah.
European chocolate, but they won't have it because it doesn't taste like sick.
I don't like it
American
either.
chocolate.
It's too milky for me. But yeah, some people like it.
Is it regular like milk? Is it? Did they just put more fat in there? What is it?
No, I don't know. It's sort of creamy like.
Huh.
I
gotta say, sorry, go ahead.
Now you go first.
I was gonna say, I gotta say, QE, you do better to have women around you on here because, we kind of tone you down a little bit
How you figure?
because it's clear that you're much more toned down with the ladies.
I don't know about that.
No, he has been known to be nasty to women as well.
Wait, now I wouldn't go that far. Not to the extremes. I've been known.
No, that isn't like that. So when you bring the opposite, usually he comes back to where you want him to go. So
It's always
that
the
type.
extremes. You said I've been known to be nasty to what? How so?
Well, you wanted to rip my lungs out for once.
Oh, that's bullshit. Go
Yeah,
on.
we talked. Adam, we were talking about the Bible once, right? And we had a sort of a small disagreement. I wasn't even aware of it. There was a disagreement going to happen. And he was like, "You use the Bible like a jungle gym. I want to rip out your lungs.
You use it like
I want to punch through this screen and rip out your lungs," he said to me. So that's basically, well, good relationship for you.
You treat the scripture as like your own personal
think-
jungle gym.
House violence doesn't cut it in this case, but
Can you show another case? Because that's all pure conjecture, and I was acquitted of those charges.
conjecture? It's you are never acquitted of those charges. You never brought the case to court.
Show another spot. Give another example.
You have called
You.
names, man. Oh,
What?
yeah, well, I only called you co-numpty.
No, you need to get it out of the personal realm. You have been known to be nasty to women. We want to outside.
I've heard you debate also other persons, and you were not that nice to them.
I'm confused.
Me too.
If you're equally nasty to women, therefore not sexist, what's the problem?
Again, what?
You're demonstrating where QE's nasty to women. Is that to imply that he's not nasty to men? Because if not, then he's just being non-sexist. He's
non-sexist. That's If you want to make something positive out of that, then you're correct, Adam.
So
I
is
wonder.
the reason for the reaction, the numpty reaction, because the person says something numpty or their gender?
I don't know if it was gender related. It was baller or evolution related. That's for sure.
Yeah, numpty behaviour. So it doesn't matter on who's saying it. If it's numpty.
Yeah. So in other words, Flashy, if he's if you are on his side, then it's okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always wonder how often he's in trouble with the missus.
Yeah.
Not very much.
Or if,
And if you're
or
smaller than him, much smaller than him, you also have a good place with it.
oh,
If you're much
because he knows he
smaller
can beat you up. Okay.
than-
Yeah. We have a sort of a speech here that it's called corner to corner. What was it again?
I'll show you. It's your saying, for God's sake.
Yeah. I wanted to translate it in English in a popular way, but
All right. So our way is to say wall-to-wall counseling, but you say you want to show him 4 corners of the room.
Yes, that's it. I will show you all 4 corners of the room.
So I adopted that when she told me that. So I use that now. Now she uses my wall-to-wall counseling.
We swapped.
But Twit admits that she was treated poorly by me. She said that he's called me a baltard.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
Bad.
Not bad. That's really clean language compared to some things that people say on the internet, especially.
Yeah.
So any other examples where I've been nasty? Just generalize.
It's too long
Baloney.
ago, and I tend to forget because I don't need all that junk in my head.
It's when you start using the F word too much.
Yeah, that's definitely
With
true.
but I don't do that with women.
Yeah,
Yes, you
see, we tone it down for him a little bit.
Yeah,
But-
well, no, yeah, you proved him. Yeah, he proved you right. That's for sure.
I mean, do you do these shows or get on Discord in a soundproof room, and that's why you're not in trouble with the missus? Because you be screaming, we can't even hear you because your mic cuts out sometimes.
My wife tells me sometimes when she's trying to concentrate on things, it irritates her.
Of course. Yeah.
But that doesn't put me in a doghouse. That doesn't mean I'm going to sleep on a couch or anything.
No, you won't let her because you will have some wall-to-wall counseling then.
That is the furthest thing from the truth. I've never touched my wife in that manner, Missy.
Well, even if my husband and me are, not super happy with each other, we would always still sleep in the same bed.
Oh, brother, here we go.
But
So
does
you get in
do you
trouble, I'm
steal all the
sure.
covers? Do you
The
steal
hell
all the
is-
covers though?
What do you sleep under the cover? Daz said that QE is not sexy. I knew Betty would like that. That's why I
I
shouted
wonder, since you punched in your dreams the other day, I wonder if it's any safe to be next to you.
that. Yeah, it's safe. And Daz, how the hell you know?
Well, I've known people that veterans say that when they have been to war and they come home, that it's not so safe to be next to them in the bed, even as a spouse, because they tend to be rattled with every sound thing and whatever, and they have a gun under their pillows.
Oh, brother.
Is
Daz,
that
how the
might
hell
be a
you know?
stereotype.
How can you make that statement, Daz? Son of a bitch.
Where? What? Did I miss something?
Yeah, you laughed at it. Then you friggin' red herring fallacy away from it. QE is not sexy. How you know that shit?
Well, I've seen your clothing.
That clothing has nothing to do with it.
Oh yes, yes, it does.
What do you mean clothing?
Baggy pants, socks raised to your armpits.
That's
right?
some bullshit.
Yeah, white socks, nighty whities, nighty whities.
Nighty whities?
Go
No.
on.
Tighty
Old-fashioned
whities. You never
glasses,
seen no damn tidy whities anyway.
too short of a haircut. Need I go on?
You haven't got started yet.
Yeah, I think I did make a good start.
You think you did, but you didn't.
Yeah, yes. I want to see you in your uniform.
Military uniform.
Yeah, that's usually a nice sort of with the medals and stuff.
You've
Yeah,
seen that before.
No, not too much.
Yeah.
I see the medals on the wall, not on you.
No, you've seen that before because I showed you my wedding pictures.
Yeah, but that's one picture. And that was back in the day. I want to see it now. Can you still fit into your clothing from back in the day?
Hell no.
No?
No. Oh, I went to get my
Did you
driver's.
shrink or grow?
I went to get my driver's license updated, and she goes, so I just have to make sure. So she asked me how tall I was, so I told her, and she goes, weight is, and this was from 6 years ago, and she gave a number, and I said, no. Nah, that's not it. So
shrunk or grown?
Say again?
Shrunk or grown?
What do you think?
Shrunk.
I didn't shrink. I got heavier, for God's sake.
Yeah, heavier, but you shrunk in length.
This is turning the wrong way.
It's now pointed at you. So did we establish whether you were sexy or not? Flatsy, do you think that Kiwi is sexy? Maybe.
I plead the fifth.
Shut the hell up! But put her on mute. Fucking mute her right now. You're on mute. I bet he's loving that shit, boy.
Oh my god.
That was the best damn answer she could have gave, wasn't it, Betty? Doesn't get any better than that. she's gone for the day. And the way she said it. I'd have to admit.
Oh, somebody added something. Socks and sandals. Yeah, that's
Socks and sandals. I have to admit, Flatsy, you couldn't have answered that any better to totally insult me. Wouldn't have happened any better. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good thing you're already married.
Oh, that's right. I do say that stuff too, man, when I go get a haircut and stuff. And they say, and usually I get it all hacked off anyway. They say, oh, I made a mistake. I said, don't worry. Yeah, I'm already married.
Too fucking funny. Oh my god.
You ain't gonna get over that.
There's no more women in here to ask that same question.
You ain't gonna get over that. Now Flatsy is gonna be like she's gonna be like in saint status with you forever.
with you, I think, because you need to make amends now.
She doesn't need to make amends. I don't have a problem. Shit, I know I'm sexy, so I don't have to worry about it.
I'm too sexy for my shorts. Too sexy for sandals with white socks in them.
With white socks and sandals.
Raised up to the armpits, yes. Yes.
That's some baloney, man.
Oh my god. And nobody told you, right? That's the bad thing of it.
Say again?
Nobody told you. You can't raise right socks up that high and walk in
You didn't. That's some bullshit.
No.
I just showed you one
It's
picture.
a big no.
I just showed you one picture from 2003 when I was in the military.
Yeah, even then it was like
in
a big
shorts, and the socks were barely above my ankles. You're just exaggerating.
Raised up to the freaking.
That's some bull. You know what? I could post that photo, but I don't want to embarrass everyone in here.
No, you don't want to embarrass yourself.
No. I could do that, and it wouldn't be. Yeah, it's uncouth.
Yeah, and the mighty whiteys alongside.
I didn't have mighty whiteys and tidy
Well, they were a
whiteys.
little bit grayish, but they might have been used much.
They were gym shorts.
Yeah, too loose, too.
No, they were like basketball shorts. They were workout shorts.
Yeah.
Darn women. You notice she hasn't said anything the whole friggin' time now.
She's pleading the fifth, so she better do it.
It's her ass. She just doesn't know it. She's gonna think I forgot about it. Well, do. Hey, Flatsy, revenge is a dish best served cold, love.
I've heard you say that before, yeah.
And he will have a mind like, wow,
I will not. I'm only
he
joking.
will remember this to the cows come home.
No, I'll remember it because
Mhm.
such a way that she said that was absolutely degrading. It's degrading, and it's like, oh God, no.
The people in the chat are still laughing.
Are they? Too funny. Yeah, it was classic. I have to give you an A+ with that one. That was classic.
I'm
And
too
I
young
did-
for you, QE.
We ain't talking about that, Flatsy.
Oh, age, you don't feel nothing about age.
Yeah.
My husband is sexy.
Yep. Well, that's
There, I stay out of trouble all the way around.
Yes.
My wife is sexy.
Shut up, Neil.
He said two words. Unbelievable.
Here we go with the roboting now.
Neil just say, get stuffed.
It would be get. Stop.
You know who also is very, very silent? It's Adam. I mean, is Adam sexy? What do you guys think about Adam?
What do you mean, you guys? I don't think I have yet to see in my life a sexy man.
No? You haven't
No.
met a sexy man?
No.
Hmm.
No, never.
What about Derek Jeter?
Oh God, Neil. Ask another guy. Don't ask Neil. Remember, he's from New York. Ask one of the other guys if they've ever seen a sexy man. Go ahead, ask.
Really, Criterion. I know that you have a mic. So, what do you think? Really, whatever. Criterion.
He's not paying any attention. Ask Brian.
Brian, have you ever met a sexy guy? And is it Adam?
Yeah, besides Adam, is that?
Well, you look in the mirror, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say that. I mean, I thought about it. I said, nah, that's gonna be
I
too
thought about it.
So, I have to say, Betty, right? I will say this. I couldn't say that I saw a sexy man, right? But years ago, when I lived in Australia, there was a guy who happened to be eating next to where I was eating or something. It was over for me on a table with some other friends of his, whatever. This guy must have been some kind of a gymnast or something, right? Because he had the best build of any guy I ever saw in the flesh ever.
Huh.
This guy was just built. Not like really, really huge like a bodybuilder. Just like really athletically, just really built. And I remember thinking, wow, that guy, if you could look like that guy, you'd never have a day that you'd look bad. But that's as close as I ever got. Just admiration for his, he was like a statue. That's the best way to describe people.
But that's looks, right? Sometimes sexy, it doesn't always do it with like how men look.
Boy.
It's true.
You got it, Betty. It's smouldering power and intelligence.
How did you call it? Smoldering power of intelligence?
Yeah, hidden power. They know you're powerful, but you don't have to, you see. Like that.
See, that's
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, yes. So, but you guys, when you're out with your wives, right? And there is sitting in another table, another guy. Do you find, and he's sort of hitting up your wife like something with this? Do you guys see that as a threat? And do you find them then that they might be sexier than you?
Oh, brother. This is.
Yeah, I want to.
We're getting.
How do you evaluate? In other words, how do you evaluate other men as a sort of an enemy to snatch your wife away? How do you
Well,
because you guys apparently
not-
don't recognize sexy
I
men.
just say to him, I just say out loud across the table, "You want her? Good luck." Because what size is your bank account?
Well, yours not that big either. So if that might be bigger, then she's off.
but he has a strange idea of marriage.
Yes, she does.
And men. This is bizarre.
And men.
My
Yeah.
wife, Betty, we go to plenty of stuff, yeah, and we both for events, you know, both going off and do stuff. If I see her chatting to a bloke, I don't feel jealous. I don't feel threatened. I don't think in any way, even if he was flirting with her, it would come to anything because she's my wife. Just like she hasn't got to worry about anything in terms of my behaviour in public, in terms of would it come to anything, even if I was flirting. No, I'm a married man. I don't
that's the
want
same.
any other woman.
That's the same with me and my husband. I don't even think about that stuff. And yeah, if a lady was trying to get, if that was a thing, I would be like, good luck,
Yeah, I think my wife would leave if there was a woman trying to come on to me. She'd leave me to it for a laugh, just to laugh at me trying to squirm.
Is that so? If a nice lady comes over to you, Adam, and she wants to have a drink with you and something, your wife wouldn't be like.
If I was not out with my wife in public and a woman I wouldn't engage with that woman.
Yeah, but suppose that you were at the bar, your wife is at the table.
I wouldn't put myself in that situation. It would be nonsensical. I'd still have a drink. If I'm at the bar, I'd still talk to her. I wouldn't move off. There's no situation I would allow to develop. Why would I?
Yeah,
Go to the bar.
You wouldn't be rude, Adam, but you also would have respect for your partner.
It's not respect for the part. I've got no interest in that person in terms of anything like that. I'm a happily married man. Why would I want to go out for a burger?
How long have you been married, Adam?
We got together in 96, 95. Yeah, 95. And then we got married in 2003. So we've been together since, nearly 30 years, I suppose.
Okay. It's a long time.
20 years.
Someone you knew from your childhood?
Married for 20, yeah.
Someone you knew from your childhood? Or
we met at uni.
You met in what? Sorry?
At university.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the jealous type, Betty.
What did you? Adam?
If that's what you're looking for, I am that guy.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Go to Brian, Betty.
Again?
Yeah, go to Brian because Adam's not biting. Go to Brian.
He's not biting.
Oh, I didn't hear the question. It's because Brian spoke, so I didn't make better out.
Yeah, well, I asked who made the first move, but you can answer later. Maybe you can.
Oh, I told you. She got her mate to ask me out because we've been going out for a while, a group of us, and I'd been going out with somebody else, and then that kind of finished, and then she got a mate to ask me out. It was on Valentine's Day at a club.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. So she didn't dare to ask herself, and you didn't ask her.
Kind of done surreptitiously. We're all like that kind of friends group where this boy, and you've been friends for a while. We used to get on really well. I was kind of like sounded out before her asking me out, I suppose.
But have you ever been afraid to ask a woman out before that?
No. So that was unusual.
Unusual?
Like a bit of domination. I'm married to dominating one, you see.
That explains a lot. Okay, Brian, you're up.
You're asking about jealousy, basically, is it?
Yeah, sort of. Well, sort of awareness that there is these predator men and women that like married men and women, basically.
Well, there is. Those people are out there. Those people are out there. No, I am. That's one of the reasons why I'm saying, because I'm the jealous type. So yeah, I am that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because it sort of also makes someone sexy, I think, if they are a little like jealous, like in the sense that you stay with your paws for my wife, right? Like they want to protect you, right?
That
Yeah,
makes you sound neat.
it's kind of. Sorry, Adam.
If it's like, oh, she's not gonna leave anyways, so well, it's also make it like kind of like dull, right? Is that not so?
You're a twisted individual, buddy.
I just tried to get some information out of you guys. Don't you feel
Well, keep it simple. We're happy, simple creatures. Eh?
happy?
We're not these
There's
complex
nothing
things.
simple about you guys, man. Ugh. Mm.
Yuck.
Mhm.
What the hell?
I mean,
You don't even have to say anything more because everyone knows right where you're at.
yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they know, but I feel that if a guy is like, okay, you can take her if she wants to go with you, right? I'm not going to do anything for her. I mean, I don't mean that you need to be like Will Smith and step on the stage and smack someone, right? But there's something, well, a little more protective or whatever. I find that to be very attractive, to be honest.
There's different levels of that, though, Bailey. That can get nasty.
It can get nasty, but yeah, I like the men that have that calm aggressiveness sort of about them. I mean, they are calm, they're reserved. You know that they have the strength to, when it's really some shit hits the fan, that they can do something about it. But they don't, right? They're like that bundle of power, but they can control it. That's what I like. That's what I find sexy.
Like Gerard Butler, kind of, or something. some movie actor like that.
Some people don't understand.
Eddie, you just described me to the T.
I don't know if that was
No.
my idea, but yeah.
That's me. I could do damage, but I say, let's go. Come on, have a nice day.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, that's
See,
so hot,
so
Neil.
sexy. And I think that might be an Italian trait, right? Isn't that an Italian
You're
trait?
exactly right. Betty hit it on the head. It's an Italian thing.
That's why you
I
guys.
see
Power
why.
under control.
That's not power. I could be a complete fucking psycho, but I'm not going to be.
Well, that's some medical issue, Adam. So I'm not going to talk.
So hold on, I got a question.
Hold on,
I got a question for Betty. Hold on, wait. So Michael Corleone is the type of guy that you find sexy because he had all the power, but he was very calm and reserved. And other people did the dirty work.
I understand, but I don't like criminality. So the crimes and stuff, and that's a little bit too out there, I suppose.
I have a very profound question for you, Neil. How often do you say, "Hey, wise guy"?
Never.
Darn.
Then go get your shine box.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. What do you guys find sexy in a woman?
Oh, brother.
Hold on, I gotta get back to.
Can we post
I gotta
pictures?
get back to Flatsy. What
Can
do
we
you
post
think wise guy
pictures?
means?
I don't know. I can
gonna
just,
say
I can
nothing
hear it in
simple.
my head. I can hear you saying it.
Saying what?
Wise guy's a terminology for good fella, a made man in the mob. He's a wise guy, a good fella, or one of us. Our thing.
What are you? Some type of wise guy?
Yeah, that would be more something like a cop would say, wouldn't it be? Listen up, wise guy, wouldn't it be? Yeah, to somebody already poking him in the chest with his nightstick.
Fuck him in the chest. So, what about my question? What do you guys find sexy in a woman?
Well, Brian queried, would you like pictures?
She like pictures.
Yeah, well, it's pretty straightforward for men, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically how she looks, right?
I would
Look,
go with not having to
not
look
at the
up to
time
her.
that some of them. Sorry.
Sorry, one at a time. Brian first.
No, I was just saying. Okay, no matter what a girl looks like, you know what I mean. Personality is going to come into it if you're going to be spending a lot of time with her. But as far as just general sexy or something, you know what I mean. Looks are obviously a big part of it. It's the same for women. You can't say that women don't notice some guy who looks good or some guy who's in the gym a lot. You know what I mean? Same thing.
Yeah, but it's not always that, like I said.
Well, a mature man wouldn't just be superficial, I would think. I would hope. A lasting a lasting relationship really deals with, how well you and your woman cope with life together.
Yeah, see, people mix up. I don't know why people do this. They mix up what's sexy with what's like lusty stuff with love. I mean, different. It's a different thing. You know, you can have way more jealousy over someone you're in love with than you would over someone who just looks good. But it's a different thing. I mean, you can't equate the two.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's in the eyes. As long as when you're looking her in the eyes, you don't have to look up. Be sexy.
And you don't have to look up.
Yeah, see, there you go. Thanks for like demonstrating that. My earlier point. So there's when a woman is like looking gorgeous, right, and she's beautiful. It's everything that you ever wanted in a woman, and she has a voice like, "Oh, hi, I'm Bambi." How about that?
No.
Isn't that a sort of put down, or how do you say that? Like a
I think
bummer?
I'm making up a completely fictional character here, Betty.
No,
Oh,
no,
oh,
there's women that have those voices, or like she has a man's voice, like blah, blah, blah,
But
like
she's got man hands.
Yeah, that's
big
a
hairy.
problem.
She'd have had that voice from the start, wouldn't she? Are you either
No,
love
no,
it or
you
hate
just
it, don't you?
you sort of saw it in the distance. You think that's the woman I'm going to marry, right? Men whistle at women, right, and then turn around, and and apparently she has a wig on.
Oh,
Okay, she has
okay.
nice hips, but then the face is like, okay, then you think, no, right?
Right. So I'm trying to apply your standards, right? So she sounds like this. Well, given that you're going to assume that I'm not going to listen to her anyway, why would I care?
Well, again, sorry, I missed it. Why do you care for what?
Given that you'll assume that I'm not going to listen to my wife anyway, why would I care what she sounds like? Looks good.
Touche there, Adam. That's perfect. What do you got to say to that, Betty?
I like it because you guys
like
cheat out on women so many times that it's finally reflected back to it.
I like bare feet and ankle bracelets myself.
Ankle bracelets on these fat ankles.
Wow, that was so random.
Yeah, it was. It's something I was thinking about. It's something that I like.
You like feet?
Huey, we know what you like. The Muppet, the what do you call the meteorologist? We know.
Oh, with the nice gammies.
What are gammies anyway?
Oh, brother.
What are gammies?
Look it up.
Cheeks?
No.
Hmm. The other cheeks. Oh. Oh. The wood in front of the stove?
No.
Always thought you had a feeling for the bony bitches. with no meat on it, right?
This is
That
spinning down the friggin' endless spiral of this is going bad.
And you were insulted this
But-
show. Wow, I'm gonna like this show.
Yeah, you are. It's your favorite show.
I'm giving it a thumbs up. You got 2 now.
I'm feeling sorry for future Mr. Van Velsen. And that probably will have to be his name as well, won't it?
Yes, there's not going to be a Mr. Van Velsen. No.
Will he not take your name? Is that why?
Well, yeah, if he has a nice name, yeah, I would take that one. Yeah, sure. I don't think that any man can put up with me. to be
Got that
honest.
right.
Don't agree too much. Yeah.
I would say you've got very exacting standards, Betty.
Well, I used to go for the guy that was like the best in the gym and whatever, but there was never a match. So later on, I understood that humor is also a good trait. Guys that have a sense of humor, but also acknowledge that you as a woman also have a sense of humor, and that's not usually the case.
It's because you're more intellectual than them. That's why.
There we go. Let's get some down under perspective.
Ouch! It stands out that much, does it?
Yeah.
I guess I missed something again.
Well, let's get some perspective from down under. What the people from down under find extremely sexy?
It's all
Grip on the
subjective.
body.
Yeah, it's all subjective. Me personally, humor, intellect. As long as she doesn't have to be absolutely drop dead gorgeous, but easy on the eye. Other than that, yeah, I'm single, so yeah, I can pretty much say whatever I like. It's totally up to you. I can't tell you what's sexy because if I say I like people that are humorous, you'll go, well, that's just not my standard. You like toilet humor, I like intellectual humor. Straight away, we're at odds.
Very well spoken.
Yeah, humor is sort of a thing for how do you say that? Not every sense of humor is the same, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So that I remember back in the day when I did have a boyfriend, he would like the certain movies, like the guy with 9.5 guns, something that guy. I don't know who he is again. And he would laugh his ass off, and I would sit next to him, just looking at him laughing and liking that more than the whole movie. That's so, yeah. And
Yeah,
also, I think we already said that guy from the British guy, Benny Hill, for example. That's the humor that I really don't like. You know, it's too plain for me. So yeah, I think when you meet someone and you have like a good sense of humor between it two, that's good, and you will see if that's a match or not.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I like the easy on the eye thing. That you wake up in the morning and think, "Oh, that was too much." That's undoable.
Oh brother, this is just getting worse and worse and worse as we go.
Yeah, and I haven't ate yet, so I need to get my dinner in the oven.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you need to get the dinner in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we round out, since this is sort of a flat Earth, anti-heliocentric globetard? Anything on the horizons that anyone do anything with the scammers?
What do you suppose they do?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I think they're just gonna just slough it off. Like, okay, so what?
Well, the people that live near it, they need to go there, right, and clock these people.
And clock them. I didn't say that.
I mean, yeah, but what are you gonna do, right? What you ask flat earthers, what are you gonna do, flat earthers? What? That's
Unsubscribe.
that's inciting people.
Nah, the new question is, what are you going to do, Christians?
Yeah, but
What was my question, Neil? Have you been back round the pastor's house?
I agree with it.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
You
bring
agree
up
with
your,
me, don't you, Neil?
Go
Hey,
ahead. Bring up
Huey,
the subject. Hold up. Go ahead. Bring up the subject, Adam, because I think there's some cowbell behind it. Go ahead.
Oh my god. I'm gonna put my dinner in the oven.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
I'm interested in what your wife said. But it is a point of logic to me. I might be a little bit like autistic with it, but it's a lot of the way I evaluate stuff. And I don't class myself as a Bible believing Christian. Okay. But I know that there are lots of people that do, and I'm kind of envious of that. I've said that privately to people because it would give me, in my logic, clarity. Okay. And then I look like with the pastor debate there, and both these sides describe themselves as Bible believing, and look at all the things that they agree on. And then there's this one point, and as I said to Kate, it seems to me that the Bible believers, and we raise the point Christians, and I generally think the Christian side, it's kind of, do you believe this text or not? Is this derived from God? So the religion you could take out of it, you could apply it anywhere. It would still apply to Islam. You know what I mean? The Quran states stuff. So it's not specifically a Christian problem. It's to me, your previous statement in the source, and that you apply it to every facet of your life, unless that facet opposes one other belief in your life, which is heliocentrism. So I am a Bible believing Christian, except for the bits that contradict heliocentrism. And that seems to be where the crux of the argument is for me, and the confusion for me. Because if I was to say I'm a Bible believing Christian, then the subject matter's settled for me as a Bible believing person, because it's quite clear, the text. I did it with the guys on the show, and Comfort, who's from Ghana, she would ascribe herself, and she giggled the same, because it creates an issue. What do you believe, heliocentrism or the Bible? And we quoted, is it Joshua QA?
Yes.
13.
Yep.
With the
Joshua
the
10.
sun and the Joshua. Thank you. So that stating that there's the luminaries that stop moving. It's quite clear what it states in the Bible. Why on earth you'd say no? What it actually means is the complete contrary to what it stated, and that it's us that stop rotating. Or conversely, you mentally twist yourself so much that the Earth continued rotating, and all the luminaries started to move to make it look like everything was stopped. Again, in contradiction to the clear meaning in the scripture. To summarize, my question is, why you believe in the Bible except when it opposes heliocentrism?
Good question.
Well, from my experience, they think that you're taking away from how wonderful God is, or the Creator is, with the way that He's constructed where we live. So, and I'd like to counter that and say, have you been outside? Because it's amazing.
A lot of it's probably cognitive dissonance. They were taught the ball model as a child, so that's what they believe. It's been drummed into their head so hard that they can't break it.
Yeah, the vacuum of space is just retarded, though. Like, everything about that whole paradigm is just retarded.
Right. Assume you don't think it's retarded. Okay. You are a Bible believing Christian, a Bible believer, and you are taken to the parts of scripture which categorically cannot be supported and contradict the heliocentric model. It's that point of reconciliation as a Bible believer I'm seeing playing out, and quite strangely. I don't understand why you'll take every other bit of it for your life, but this little bit, outlined by tricks, yeah. But this is the point. Why are you still struggling with that when every other bit of your life, much more fundamental things about how you behave, how you interact, you take governance from Scripture. On this, you oppose it.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. From Joshua 10:12, then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. This is pretty, that's cut and dry. So, heliocentric Christians, you have a big problem right here. Or should I say heliocentric Bible believers?
Yeah.
You got big issues right there. That's it. It's all over right there. To me, it is. Yep. There you go.
Alrighty, guys. I gotta go to work. I shall catch you in a future date.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
mate.
hearing from you.
Best of luck. Take care.
We need Betty back.
Another Bible verse that I feel is like a really cut and dry, like flat earth proof would be Job. I think it's 27 verse 10. Let me find it. Oh no. 37. Yeah, Job 37 verse 10 says, by the breath of God, frost is given, and the breadth of the waters is straightened. That to me is just like, where's the curve? It's straight.
Describing it, isn't it?
Did you say Job 37:10?
Yes.
By the breath of God, frost is given, and the breath, DTH, of the waters is straightened. Wonder what breath in that verse. Because I know what breath means in the Greek. It means platus, and it means flat, a level. I wonder what that. I can look 1 second. Let me pull up.
Breadth of something is the breadth. It's its width, isn't it? Another word for width. But the width of the flat plane. There'll be, you can't have a
width. Yeah, gotcha. I'm gonna check it. Go on. Job 37. 37.
Even if you could mitigate for a breadth of something to be curved, it then stays straightened out, doesn't it? So there's no ambiguity.
And I've heard rebuttals where people say that, like, oh, it means the waters are frozen, but it's like it's still straightened. So
also, curved water freezes flat, does it?
yeah.
Yeah, that breadth doesn't have the same meaning in what is it? from the Strong's. That's Hebrew, so it doesn't have the same meaning as Greek. The Greek one's just straight up. In I think it's Revelation 20 where he said the saints came on the breadth of the earth.
Breadth. It's the height and breadth of something. So that's just English.
Now,
Height and breadth.
now that
an older
that,
way of saying.
Not that one. The breadth in that one is platus, and that means flat. So Pastor Odell, Pastor Odell, let me get you the passage. See if it works. B-E-R. Revelation 20, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Revelation 20, verse 9. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city, and fire came down from God out of the heaven and devoured them. This is, yeah. So that word right there, the breath, that's platus. In Greek, yeah, that means flat, baby. Yeah, it does. If you look it up,
Wow.
Look it up in the Greek. Yep, and if you listen to Pastor Dean Odell's, ironically, Pastor Dean Odell's presentation, he had that one in there. I like that because I used that back in the day.
Yeah, I saw him. He did mention this.
Yep. But I think the one that has no doubt about it, other than the lack of any Baltard in Scripture, spinning, rotating, uncontained Baltard in Scripture whatsoever, is Joshua 10.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that one has so much cowbell. You can't get, you can't squirm your way out of that one.
No.
So Adam's question is I think highly relevant, especially towards people to say they're Bible believing. That one will that'll put hair on your back. You're through. There's no way out, and any way that you try to get out, it's a belly laugher. You're just exposing yourself over and over and over again. All I've heard with that verse was red herring. They'll try to divert attention away from it. I haven't heard. Has anyone heard a semi-coherent response to that? Anyone? I haven't.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't even want to say it's semi-coherent, but I've heard them say that. Oh, they just didn't know it was a globe back then, and it looked like the sun stopped, but the Earth just stopped spinning. Like they just attributed it to they didn't know what they were talking about when they made the scriptures.
He was pretty particular on what he told. he was pretty particular, pretty specific on what he told to stop.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much mess I'm getting myself into here, but if you take the time to also read the Apocrypha or the extra books that were removed from canon, it's even more clear that it isn't a Baltard.
Right. We don't need them, though, but I understand what you're saying.
That's not Bible. There's a point to that canon, isn't there? That's what I'm saying. There's sufficient in there. The other thing I say is that statement again. What stopped? Does the scripture say that the earth stopped? Oh, and by the way, yeah, we stopped all the tidal waves that would have happened for a rotating ball earth. We stopped this, that, and the other as well. Yeah, because no, it doesn't. It's quite clear. There is no mitigation for it, other than you to contradict what is clearly stated, particularly in Joshua.
Yeah,
that's the confusion, and the two past the fight. That's what genuinely. It's only a point of confusion. That's a room full of people that believe that the Bible is the derived word of God. Yeah? In any other argument where it's shown them, they're walking out there as a unified group, surely. Look at the division. It got to the point where it was divided. You come over to the hotel and we'll have a fellowship here. And whoever who's left in my church wants to come, we're having fellowship tomorrow morning. I mean, sure fellowship's probably the right word in this case. He didn't feel like it. But the scripture is clear. And that's the problem I'm saying. All I can see is that whatever reason, heliocentrism overrules scripture.
Yes, for those Bible believers that disregard this verse, yes. So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down for a whole day.
I tell you what, it's because they don't heed the warning of Paul in 2 Timothy 6:20-21. And, the science so-called, or the knowledge so-called. They didn't heed that warning, and they went ahead and somehow fit the pseudoscience and made it a religion. That's what they did.
Science so falsely called. I think that's what it says.
Yeah, it's knowledge, so falsely called, but that it's translated back to English in science because science means knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why I kind of used them both synonymously.
So what would happen if the Earth? Let's say you had a numpty that come in and said, "Yeah, well, that's true. That the sun did stop moving the whole day, and the moon stopped. They just didn't say what mechanism was used." Okay, so the Earth stopped rotating. What would happen? What would happen if the Earth stopped rotating? Period. Just stop. Dead.
Everything would fling off of it.
Women would weigh less.
Whiplash.
And more.
Some serious whiplash.
Way more. They'd be unhappy.
Whiplash.
That's the point. And God also stopped all the subsequent tsunamis that would have occurred, doesn't he?
Tsunamis, that would have been catastrophic.
Yeah. And that would have been more apparent. There was these big waves, you pushed it back because we just stopped there. It doesn't say that. Listen to what it says. And the point is, Bible's clear in what it says. It hasn't heard of heliocentrism. It's stating what happened, what God did, right? If you believe scripture. Right? Now, then you get to this and you read that bit of scripture, and you struggle to interpret it in heliocentrism. But there is no struggle to interpret it, only if you're trying to pretend that in the first place, we're rotating instead of what we see every single day. There's no confusion there unless you're a altard, stuck with a stronger faith than your Christian faith.
Brainwashed.
You have to pervert the text. You have to change what it clearly says for you to be able to stay in both paradigms.
In any case, they shouldn't be so staunch to fit it into what, they think. Anyways, they should just say, I don't know. I trust that what it says is what happened, is what they should say.
We don't have to put it in a paradigm. If somebody comes up with a paradigm, you can see it contradicts it. I've not got to tell you how that works. I ain't got a clue. Yeah, but we can clearly see that if you were to claim that it's the Earth that's rotating, that is contrary to what the Bible says happened. Or if we're trying to pretend that what we perceive, the apparent stop, then even then the way it would be described would be contrary to the way the Bible describes it. Why would the Bible describe it in a way that didn't happen? That would question the integrity of the Bible. You to try and interpret it that way when it says this stopped, but that isn't what stopped. This stopped. Then you've just disproved the Bible, then, haven't you? That the Bible lies. You can't have it both ways if you believe the Bible is the derived word of God. It doesn't lie.
Yeah.
So what time period was Joshua written? It says here, I got two answers, 13th century and 6th century. The events occurred in 13th century, but it wasn't finished until the 6th century. this isn't any scholarly look. Would probably have to ask somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think the 3rd century before Christ would be a good ballpark. Right?
Well, it said it was generally agreed by scholars that Joshua reached its final form during the Babylonian exile in the 6th century BC.
Yeah, final form of writing, but the events of the land, conquering the land, right, is at that time period.
Wasn't the Septuagint translated to Greek in about 320 BC or something?
Somewhere in that vicinity.
Got Times of Israel. I've got to flip pages, but 3,224 years ago, scientists say, don't you love it?
God.
Scientists say, yeah, Joshua stopped the sun then, so that makes it 1207 BCE.
12 what?
BC. 1,200 years before
07.
Christ.
Yeah, so yeah. There's also another place in the Bible with Hezekiah, right? In 2 Kings, he makes the sundial go 10 degrees, like backwards.
Yeah, I faintly remember that. Yeah.
That's correct.
2 Kings 20, verse 8 until 11. Yeah. And it is also in Isaiah, I think, that he sort of repeats it, Isaiah 38. He said, "Behold, I will bring the shadow of the sundial, which has gone down with the sun on the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backwards." So the sun returned 10 degrees on the dial by which it had gone down.
And the earth rotated the other way, and then rotated back the other way, saith the Lord.
The earth was shocked, and the people were also shocked. Yeah. Very interesting, huh?
Yes.
But I think that most people put this in the same category as Jonah being eaten by a whale, and the donkey speaking.
It feels different.
Yeah, I understand, but so you don't believe that the donkey spoke?
Yes, I do, but it feels different than those two.
I think that most people would more easily believe that the donkey spoke than that the sundial went back or the sun stood still. Really? Yeah. Because they saw Mr. Ed talking on TV.
Because they saw Mr. Ed. You're a silly girl.
I did see him too. And
Mr. Red, Mr. Red.
You
Hello, I'm Mr. Red.
She liked him. That was very sweet.
Was there not also a donkey? Sort of a cross between a horse and a donkey. What do you call that?
Jackass.
Yeah. That you would know that. There was another movie also with a guy that had a talking animal, like a jackass. I don't know if his name was Ed though. But, yeah.
Yep. This has a more. This really has. This one's got teeth. Just Joshua 10. You know, it's. What do scientists? Is that what you asked? Is that what you were trying to find out, Adam? What do scientists say about Joshua 10?
No, it was just. I was trying to find the date, and I found it in the Times of Israel. The headline was Joshua stopped the sun 3,224 years ago today, which is sufficient, but they put a comma and then go, scientists say. So I was just laughing that, why would a scientist say? What's it got to do with science? That. But you see, that's the false validity, isn't it? That number's true because scientists have said so. I would say historian.
I got the Times of Israel. I've got Joshua stopped the sun 3,224 years ago today. Scientists say. So October 30th, 2017 from the Times of Israel. So here we go. Researchers claim epic biblical story is the earliest account of an annular eclipse. What?
Annual or angular?
Annular, Annular.
Year, like year.
That,
Years.
that occurred on October 30th, 1207 BC. Also helps pinpoint reigns of pharaohs Ramses and Merneptah. Cambridge researchers announced Monday that they have pinpointed the date of the biblical account of Joshua stopping the sun, which they claim is the day of the oldest eclipse ever recorded, to October 30th, 1207 BC, exactly
Yes.
3,224 years ago.
So when they say that he stopped the sun, they say that there was an eclipse there.
Yes.
That's weird because that doesn't make the sun stop,
Yeah.
right? Or time going like unbelievable.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's non sequitur. In a paper I'm not done yet. But do you want to add something?
Yeah, because that's really disappointing. 'Cause I was only just trying to find an approximate date. I feel the need to try. No, you can't do that. Yeah, if you've got an event that describes an eclipse, you can do that. What you can't is misinterpret the scripture, right, and try to pretend that what's described is something else for you to date. No, it's not what's described. Don't try and use the clock of the skies to put a more accurate date, something that you've probably a rough. So you're going to look at annular eclipses, looking at which one is going to occur. So you've already got there through biblical and standard historical chronology. So then they're just bullshitting now to give you an October the 30th date. And that's naughty, especially if you're going to pick something that isn't commensurate with the celestial event that is described.
Yeah. There's another celestial event that took place when Jesus was dying on the cross, right? When there was an eclipse there. And usually the eclipse doesn't take so many hours, right? But the hours would the darkened time was longer than an eclipse would take. So also that is something that's happened that people don't understand.
In a paper published in the Royal Astronomical Society journal, Astronomy and Geophysics, researchers explained that they were consequently also able to refine the dates of the reigns of two Egyptian pharaohs of that era, Ramses the Great and his son Merneptah. The paper reinforces research published earlier this year by Israeli scientists who also interpreted the biblical story as referring to an eclipse on the same date. The researchers rejected earlier Chinese and Ugaritic. Am I saying that right?
I just interrupt there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just before you. So the point where it says, look, the paper reinforces research published earlier this year by Israeli scientists, right? I'm happy for scientists, probably astronomers, astrologers that have actually done this. But what it isn't is by Israeli scholars, people that are actually scrutinizing the words that are there. They're just grabbing something they've assumed. This is naughty.
Yeah.
This is where you can't go on a different celestial event. Nonsense. It's like saying Halley's Comet is, you know what I mean? That's nonsense. It describes a comet, but we'll look at an eclipse. Well, that's what they're doing here. We're describing a completely different thing. So why are you approximating it to that? That's just, you're not paying attention to the scripture. Hence why I said it's Israeli scientists, not scriptural experts, that have come to this conclusion.
So the researchers rejected earlier Chinese and Ugaritic. I think I'm saying that one wrong, but I'll continue. Records of eclipses as unreliable, concluding that the Bible contains the only record of a solar eclipse prior to 1000 BC. Chapter 10 of the book of Joshua relates that soon after Joshua and the Israelites entered the promised land, they waged battle against 5 armies which laid siege to the Gibeonites. Joshua had promised to protect the Gibeonites, so he led an army and defeated the 5 kings. Joshua prayed that God help the Israelites in their battle by stopping the sun.
Pause.
Okay.
This is known as the long day, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we think about what is known as colloquially, right? If what's being suggested here in terms of the interruption of an eclipse, wouldn't it be the day that went dark in the middle as opposed to the long day?
Yes. Yeah. It's
So
it's
why are we
complete.
trying to complete the two?
Yeah, it's non sequitur. It doesn't follow. The whole thing doesn't follow. Not about the
Indeed.
dates, but confusing the sun stopping with an eclipse. What?
That's the only explanation that they can have, right? That's it. They're going to something that they think that might be it.
Yeah.
Because they think secular. They don't want to know anything of the God being able to do this.
Isn't the moon also said to be stood still? So
Yes.
they say the moon is causing the eclipse. So how is the eclipse happening if the moon is still?
Well,
And
yeah. Well, it's non sequitur. So they
Doesn't it
they
describe
post.
the two different positions of the sun and moon in the scripture, Kiri? You said the moon was over. It
Yes.
describes them in different places. Again, if it's describing, bothering to describe them in different GPs, shall we say, yeah, and they've got different GPs, would that constitute the antecedent for an eclipse, as in they're having the same GP?
Did you say eclipti?
Yeah, it even has the
They-
passage in here. They put the passage in here. Joshua 10:12. Then Joshua spoke to the Lord on the day when the Lord delivered the Amorites before the children of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand still upon Gibeon, and you, moon, in the valley of Ajalon.
Okay,
So there
so
you go.
two
They were
different
not even
GPs.
together.
Yeah.
How could, man?
Yeah, the Lord did that to put him in there. There's no, you can't get out of this. So,
No, you can't do this.
so let's see what they have to say about this. If these words are describing a real observation, then a major astronomical event was taking place. The question for us to figure out is what the text actually means, said paper co-author Colin Humphreys from the University of Cambridge's Department of Material Science and Metallurgy. Why from him? What?
It doesn't matter. They've recognised the important point. Are we describing something? Well, they've bothered to describe it. They've bothered to describe the relative positions of the sun and moon to the observer who's writing this, with regards to when God says for them to stop. The sun's here, the moon's there. Two different places.
Yeah.
We don't meet the criteria now. We need the same GP, don't we?
Yes.
For an eclipse. All right. Well, we've just been described as different GPs. The moon's over somewhere and the sun's over there. Yeah. So they're in different places. So an eclipse is clearly not being described categorically.
So was it a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse?
It must have been solar.
It was daytime.
All right.
Can't describe it solar, can they?
Yeah, but
Can't
my
be a
point.
solar eclipse.
Yeah, my point is why is Colin Humphreys, University of Cambridge's Department of Material Science and Metallurgy, what does that have to do with the celestials? Who knows? Let's see what he has to say. Modern English translations, which follow the King James translation of 1611. Oh, they're going to go down the interpretation role here. And yeah, and translations. That's what they got to do.
Good.
They have to. Yep. It's the only way out.
Good.
Okay. Modern English translations, which follow the King James translation of 1611, usually interpret this text to mean that the sun and moon stop moving. Humphreys explained. But going back to the original Hebrew, see, this is where you're going to get screwed. This is where he's greasing the skids. There comes a screwing. But going back to the original Hebrew text, we determined that an alternative meaning, oh God, could be that the sun and moon just stop doing what they normally do. They stop shining.
Great, you see? That's why I say good. Go to your translation. Tell me what they do. They stop doing what they normally do. Is that commensurate with the heliocentric model?
No. Is that commensurate? No, hold on. Is that commensurate with Scripture? No, because he said he'd seen them on Gibeon in the moon in the valley of Ajalon. So if they stopped shining, they wouldn't know that.
He's diluted the definition, right? And the original thing is quite clear. It even gives you a GP, as it were, in terms of it's over here, it's over there. They know that wherever it is, that valley is over there. It's got that kind of azimuth. They're kind of describing that. It's got an azimuth of this. They're describing it to you.
Yeah, they didn't say the sun disappeared or the moon
Lovely.
disappeared. They just made that shit up, but they prefaced it with other translations and an alternative meaning. What? An alternative meaning that's incoherent that you just conjured.
Yes. It's just diluted. So it could mean the thing that it clearly states. They think it could mean something else. And this is what I want to jump on. Okay. Let's have your alternative. Read their alternative translation again.
It isn't their alternative translation. They just said that it was an alternative translation and then packed up another meaning. I'm going to read the whole thing, so just relax. Watch this.
They prefaced it with... Okay.
Watch this. They're going to take their conjured meaning and run with it. So I'll start from the beginning. Modern English translations, which follow the King James translation of 1611, usually interpret this text to mean that the sun and moon stop moving. Humphreys explained. He's the metallurgy expert. What a moron. What does metallurgy have to do with this, by the way, like I said? But I digress. But going back to the original Hebrew text from a metallurgist, we determined that an alternative meaning could be that the sun and moon just stopped doing what they normally do. They stopped shining. Humphrey said that if the biblical account means that the light from the sun appeared to stop shining, it may refer to an eclipse.
Because, and this is the point. No, because what? Suddenly the ancients had never seen an eclipse before? This is the retardia of it. So at best, you've got the new interpretation that they stopped doing what they normally do. Now, he might want to mean that shining, and therefore it means... but he's talking... It becomes so pathetic, the dilution, and still, ultimately... They don't do what they normally do. Well, that's not commensurate with the heliocentric model because eclipses is part of what they normally do.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they train. Gotcha, Adam. Still, you're at the second level of begging of non sequitur.
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to say something. Also, the story is they needed longer daylight to have that fight taken care of, right? So
That's true.
Why would there be an eclipse when you see nothing or it's dark? When you need longer light in the hours, a longer day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Also, that's totally outside of the whole biblical narrative.
Yeah, it's non sequitur on that level too. So we got 3 levels of non sequitur so far.
Yep.
The researchers note that they were not the first to interpret the words as referring to an astronomical event. Robert Wilson suggested it in 1918. However, until recently, it was impossible to confirm the exact date of the eclipse due to the laborious nature of the calculations required.
Hold up. Just go back to just read the first sentence again.
The research
was unable to confirm it was...
Do you want me to go back to the first sentence again?
Yeah, just read that first sentence. He was unable to confirm it was.
All right. The researchers note that they were not the first to interpret the words as referring to an astronomical event. Robert Wilson suggested.
That's it. So the words sun and moon on astrological events.
Yeah.
Really? Is that where we're going to descend to? Now, when they say sun and moon, it didn't mean the sun and moon in the sky, the astrological sun and moon. They meant, oh, yeah, get out of here. What are you doing? What kind of apologetics is that?
It's not. It's stupidity.
When talking about this astrological phenomenon that stopped the world and struck everybody, they didn't mean it was an astrological phenomenon, did they? What? That's not reasonable, is it?
No.
Or worth pursuance.
It continues. More recently, researchers were unable to find any eclipse occurring during the time the Israelites were in Canaan. However, they only considered total eclipses, where the moon passes between the sun and the earth, blocking the sunlight completely. Their new research found, however, that an annular eclipse in which the moon passes directly in front of the sun but is too far away to cover the disk completely, leading to the characteristic ring of fire appearance, occurred on October 30th, 1207 BC.
That mean that day stayed long and didn't go dark then? No, it's just described it going dark with a ring of fire. So it doesn't fit the description
Exactly.
at astronomical event. So what validity does it have?
It didn't lengthen the day.
Yeah.
Any account.
Yeah. They're in a non sequitur. It's a spinning non sequitur fallacy. Just make it from MSU. Go ahead, Flatsy.
I was just going to say, I think that they would be better off referring to other text written back then to describe it, so, like a hostile witness, you know?
I would suggest that they didn't write this article at all. They make them look like a horse's ass.
That's so true, but they didn't even do that. They didn't use a hostile witness.
It's a jackass talking, man.
There's no, not this jackass. I'm just repeating their words.
I know. I know. You told you, jackass. Sorry.
The researchers note that the ancient world did not distinguish linguistically between total and annular eclipses. The researchers developed a new eclipse code which takes into account variations in the Earth's rotation over time, Cambridge University said in its statement.
Oh, God. I know they didn't distinguish that, but did they distinguish that when they said sun and moon, they meant the things in the sky, astronomical sun and moon? Were they able to distinguish that? Were they able to distinguish what an eclipse was? Where it didn't stay brighter in the day for longer. Actually, the supposed moon passed over the sun. It went dark for a bit. Whether you got a ring of fire or not, were they able to distinguish that? Are we painting these people as retards now?
Yeah.
To get you an alternative plausible theory. That's what we got to do. These people that knew all these things are now retarded.
So isn't this basically blasphemy in the sense of adding things to the Bible? Right?
Yeah.
The Bible
Adding stupid stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That bit you said,
These people
using science,
people are clearly biased towards the Bible and want to sort of wish away every miracle that basically happened. They want to have it, and the thing is, it's really sort of strange because they still count on God's like patience and repeated and of the natural laws and stuff, right? He upholds his natural laws always, right? The sun comes up, and they sort of make a plea to that, but it's godlike too, right? So I'm thinking, I don't explain it well, but I hope that you get my meaning.
Yeah, we get. Yeah, I'll continue. So what? Conclude, please.
So what?
Are you going to conclude?
Yes, if I can. Yeah. So that it means that either way, they are still on God's turf, basically, because God makes the earth and the sun go up, right, and go down in a way, right, over the flat earth. So God made the sun and moon, and also made it so that is regularly, like clockwork, right? They do an appeal on that sort of trait of God, while trying to debunk some other thing that God did in the Bible. That doesn't compute for me. It's secular, right? Totally secular.
I'll continue. Independent evidence that the Israelites were in Canaan between 1500 and 1050 BC can be found in the Merneptah stele, the Cambridge University statement said. The paper then goes on to apply this event to precisely date the reigns of two ancient Egyptian pharaohs. Solar eclipses are often used as fixed point to date events in the ancient world, said Humphreys. The Merneptah stele, a large inscribed granite block now housed in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, was carved in the 5th year of the reign of Merneptah and describes his defeat of the Israelites in Canaan 2 or 3 years earlier. Using the precise dating of the eclipse in the stele, the researchers were able to pinpoint the reigns of Merneptah and his father Ramses the Great. Using these new calculations, the reign of Merneptah began on 1210 or 1209 BC, As it is known from Egyptian texts how long he and his father reigned for, it would mean that Ramses the Great reigned from 1276 to 1210 BC, with a precision plus or minus 1 year, the most accurate dates available. That's the end of the article.
So they tie it to Ramses.
I was about to say, are we trying to date the reign of Ramesses, which sounds like that Steeler can do?
Yep.
Trying to date the day the sun stopped moving a long day. Why are we talking about eclipse? I appreciate that. It's lovely. It's got nothing to do with the thing you're trying to date.
Yes.
I thought that they, during the times of Ramses, were going into the wilderness and not and having dwelling there for 40 years. But maybe there's more Ramesses afterwards. I don't know.
This is just a big tap dance.
Yeah.
That's all that was. That was incoherent.
And an ugly one as well.
Yeah, that was incoherent. Yeah. All right, girls and boys, time to wrap it up.
Really?
Betty, take us home.
Get into the bus and I'll get you home.
I'll get you. I thought you were gonna say what you usually do, or say. What do you usually say?
Well, I'm already home.
Nope, that's not what you usually say. What you usually say is no.
I thought I'd give it a little try, but I failed miserably.
Could I add one more thing before
Quickly.
we close? All right, I found something that's a little bit more sciencey sounding for an explanation for this. It claims that Joshua 10 is poetic. It says the language of a poem is not to be literally interpreted, and therefore, when the sun and moon are personified, addressed as intelligent beings, and represented as standing still, the explanation is that the light of the sun and the moon was supernaturally prolonged by the same laws of refraction and reflection that ordinarily cause the sun to appear above the horizon when it is in reality below it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up.
Are they describing what the anti-flat earthers are after all along?
Yeah.
Zero Atmo Day.
Yeah. Refraction. I can't believe that was really good, by the way. All right, guys, that's it. I muted you. So we're gonna take our leave from you. Hope you enjoyed the show. I admit it was a little bit, open-ended or open-beginninged, but at least we got to some cowbell. So let's see what we're going to do the rest of the week. No Ballbusters on Saturday. I don't know if any treatments will pop up between now and then. You never know. If they do, then we'll just roll with that. So take care, take it easy, and I'll be back. QE out.
Just go out and put a question to Mother Nature.
Nature, is this guy a fuckwit? Yes, Nathan! He's really stupid!
And so, yeah, I'm really sad that only 84% of people can
72.4% of statistics are made up on the spot. Dick Reeves.
say with certainty that they've always believed the world is a globe. And that...
Hold on a second. Nature, can you hear me? Yes, Nathan. What percentage of wanker is this guy? He's about 94.7% wanker. Thank you, Nature.